Good morning and welcome to the Legit Real Estate Podcast. I am TJ Chofi here as always with Holly Regoli. Hi, Holly.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. You look lovely as always in your winter coat. It's like 50 degrees out.
I I I am always cold, but I'm sitting in the car this morning, so
This is
I'm a
like
little cold.
shorts and a hoodie today. Shorts and a hoodie.
You?
Yeah.
You're
No, if
crazy.
I can't show houses in shorts, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, you
So
know what I wore yesterday? So I'm a leggings person because like they're comfortable and I tend to wear them for everything. But I was going somewhere yesterday and I'm like starting to feel I'm at that age where I really probably shouldn't be wearing leggings that
why?
unless I have like a dress or something. I don't know. I don't know. It didn't feel like it was inappropriate. I forgot where I was going yesterday, but I was like, let me just throw jeans on. But I threw them on over my leggings, and my leggings are like fleece leggings. So I basically had thermals on. The shirt that I have on right now is a thermal shirt. I've been stocking up on thermal shirts. I basically have thermals underneath everything all the time. And it
Sweating all
wasn't that
day.
cold yesterday. No, I'm not sweating. I'm comfortable.
I didn't know there was an age for leggings. I see like old ladies wearing them with their
Yeah,
droopy
I don't
butts.
know.
No?
Yeah, well, no, I always make sure my butt is covered, but I don't know. I was
Yeah.
told, I was told it's not so appropriate sometimes, but I wouldn't just walk around and unless I'm going to the gym, you know.
Who said that? Your husband?
No,
Your
no, I've actually have a friend of
husband.
mine that was like, oh, wow, the leggings, they're terrible. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not a jean person because I gained weight over the years and jeans are just not comfortable.
Oh, I hate them. I have one pair of jeans, one, and I hate them.
Well, I found so much stretchy material and those are more comfortable. So I have worn those and those are not bad. But well, plus the other thing in the winter, if you're just wearing leggings without anything over them, it's just cold. So I think that was more of my thought process is when I run out the door lately, if I'm going somewhere, I'm throwing jeans or sweatpants on over my leggings.
I got these like there's a brand, I don't know where she buys them, but they're like stretch pants for guys. Like the waist is stretchy, the thighs are stretchy, and they're gray and blue. I love them. Hey, I got one for you. What do
What's that?
great contractors have in common with UFOs?
Great contractors with UFOs. They don't
Yeah,
exist.
yeah, kind of.
Not
You always hear stories about them, but no one's ever seen one.
That's awesome.
Uh,
That's awesome. I love it. I was like, wait a minute. I know, like, I never heard that one before, but I could pretty much pinpoint it.
what does an appraiser's wife say if she can't sleep?
I don't know what.
Honey, tell me about your day.
Oh, jeez.
That's horrible. That is a boring freaking job.
But being an appraiser,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Don't
It's
want to
funny
hear
because
about that.
I was like, I had a client the other day that was asking me, well, shouldn't I get my house appraised? Because I told her, I said I had pulled the house off the market and I said, well, put it back on and we're gonna put it back on. Like I think this is a better price to put it back on. She's like, well, why wouldn't we just put it on at 500? And I was recommending like 475, 480. And I'm like, well, because we want to bring more people in from the market and stuff like that. How did the question come up? I was like, and we want to make sure that it appraises. And she's like, well, why don't we just get an appraisal first? And I was like, well, you could, but it's going to cost you 700 to $1,200. And I'm like, the number, when I run my numbers, I'm running my numbers for your house kind of like an appraiser would do it. Like I'm looking at the comps, I'm adjusting the comps, I'm giving you a ballpark. And I was like, you know what? That's just a tiny part of what I do is evaluate a property. I can't imagine just doing that all day,
And then they have
every
to write.
day.
They have to write. The appraisals now are like a million pages. They have to, so much writing about nonsense, like just
Yeah.
straight up nonsense. They're gonna be obsolete soon. AI is gonna do that soon. That's what I think.
I keep trying to use AI to run my comps for me. It doesn't work. I
No,
just no, I just switched. So I had started paying for ChatGPT back in like October. And then recently I had to upgrade my Google stuff because I just store too much stuff. And with it, like I need more space on other profiles and stuff. So when I just upgraded it, it actually came with Gemini, like the Gemini Pro. And I've been
They say
using that
Gemini
now.
is like the best.
Well, I was using it to begin with, and I was kind of using some of that on the side of ChatGPT. But then when I started paying for ChatGPT, I was like, I stopped using the Gemini. Well, now that I've got the upgraded version of Gemini, I'm starting to use it. And I think it's definitely creating images better. And it's functioning, it seems like it's functioning better to me than ChatGPT.
That's what they say. And then yesterday there was news about them. I don't know. They got someone's partnering with them big.
That's
So
cool.
that's
But I use AI for everything.
this,
One of these
this
days
real
we'll be able to just plug it in and be like, do my
just
job.
just do it. Um, we didn't even announce what we're doing today. We're doing jokes today. That's what we're doing.
Realtor jokes.
We're
I
doing
love
real
that.
jokes. I didn't even say. Usually we say what the show's about. We didn't even say what the show's about. I said I got one for you. Like we're
Yeah.
like um.
Realtor
So
jokes.
this realtor's showing a house, right?
Mhm.
And he said the house is great, but it's for cats. And the buyer says, "What do you mean it's for cats?" And the realtor says, "It's going to take you 9 lives to pay this mortgage."
That's a good one.
I
Hey,
like that.
I have one for you.
Mhm.
It's not related to houses though, but it's related to chickens. And we
Oh
all
yeah.
know, but
Yes.
I
Yes.
heard it this week. There's someone I follow online, and she had said, and I was like, oh, I love this one. But now I've said it multiple times and I have to make sure. I usually screw it up the first time.
All
Um,
right.
I want to see how long it takes you to get this. All right.
Well,
There's a farm and
great.
huh?
All right. Go ahead. There's
All
a
right.
barn.
So on this farm, there's 30 cows and 28 chickens. How many didn't?
Right. Huh? There's 30 cows and 28 chickens.
Hmm. How
How
many
many?
didn't?
How many didn't?
Hmm.
What do you mean? That's not. How many? How many didn't what?
There's 30 cows,
Cow. 28 chickens. How
28
many? Yeah.
chickens. How
Oh,
many didn't?
I see. I see what we did there. We got
You,
10
you
cows.
got that now?
Yeah, I did. That was pretty good.
I had
That
heard
was
that one. There's a girl I follow, Selena Spooky Boo, and it was funny because she had on some people like my daughter. I found out follows her as well as the other friends she had on. And I saw that I was like, oh my God! I'm like, I got to use that one with TJ.
that's a good one. My kids could even like remember that.
So
My
last night I
little
was doing a
my
border.
little one likes little one-liners.
It's cute. It's cute. I was at Scouts last night and I was doing a border review for one of my scouts. And like we get all done and to kind of set it up, like when you're doing a border review, sometimes the kids can be really nervous. They like when you're doing like the Scoutmaster conference before, you have to go through all the scout skills they're supposed to learn and stuff. So now they're sitting around and there was 3 or 4 of us asking questions and stuff. And we ask all these questions about like, what scouting's done for them in their life, what they're doing to make things good or whatever, right? And then I was like, okay, I have one more question for you. And I gave her that one. I'm like, if you can get this, you can you can get your star
Did you
in.
get it?
But
Has
she
anyone got
did.
it? Oh,
Yeah,
really?
but
So
it takes
I'm just
me
a
having
dummy.
to slow it down. I did that one Dave the other day. We were out for a walk and he was just like, but it's when I slowed it down and said it the way, you know, he finally
Yeah,
got it.
you coached them like you coached me. Maybe it's a
Yeah,
guy thing.
maybe.
Hey, so a realtor walks into a new brokerage. He's looking for a new brokerage, and he says, "How many agents work at your brokerage?" And the broker says, "About half."
About
That's good. I got to tell that one our
how
broker like that.
many agents do you think like no, I don't know if I want to ask this question.
I'm
You
going to know
know,
the answer. I know what you're going to ask.
how many
Yeah,
do you think out of in our
ours.
office actually work?
Our number has been since we opened the company. Over 70% of our agents sell at least one house.
That's good.
That's good. The
That's
industry
good.
average is like 45%, and we're over 70, and he's very aware of that number. He doesn't want dead weight. Now, one isn't really in the business, but you're not dead.
No, I
No,
mean, I see.
the better question is how many do 10 or more, right? That would be give you a real
Yeah.
number, right?
But
Let's
you
see.
know what, though? I look back at my last year and I think I only had 10 transactions the whole year.
Really?
Maybe. Yeah. For
I,
me alone. Huh?
I don't even I don't even know if I did that many because we went through such big changes at my other job that I was just working so hard at that with the mentor program
Hmm. Yeah,
that it kind of took me away.
I try to look back at like a recap of the year and I closed around the same amount of properties, or maybe I closed a little bit less than last year, but they were higher priced
Price went up,
properties.
right? Yeah.
Well, they were bigger properties to begin with. I had a few multifamilies in there, and a couple of other properties. Like most of the properties I sold this year, I think were over 600,000. So my numbers still ended up being okay. And I'm okay with that because I realized I'm like, I liked this year. I was able to travel, I was able to do stuff and not be running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I think we touched on this last week, was
Mm-hmm.
that when you have, the people that make you run around the most are the ones that you get the least out of.
Hold on one second. I think it's that. I'll tell you right now, I think. I don't know. I'm not really that good at these reports, but I think I know this one. See how many did 10. Oh, realtor jokes, man. They're always making fun of us. I gotta tell you, I didn't
Mhm.
realize there would be that many. How many agents does it take a light bulb change to take a? How many real estate agents does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know how many.
One to hold the bulb, eight to turn the room around the bulb, and one to charge you 1.5 points. I don't know. I don't like it.
I don't
Oh,
like that one.
oh.
That's insulting. I changed two light bulbs. Yes. No, I'm sorry, three light bulbs yesterday. I have a house
Did
that's
you?
coming on the market today, and I was there yesterday and we were doing pictures and in the basement, you notice like every house that was like built in the 70s has to have a bar in the basement.
Yeah.
Like so this has a bar in the basement, but it's funny, like the bar in the basement has like these outside shingles on it. It reminds me of a chicken coop kind of. And there were two friggin' red heat lamps above the bar. And I'm like, why? We went to go take it out. I like burned my hand. But I put like regular light bulbs
Like,
in it. It
wait, what do
looks
you mean
so
heat
like
lamps? Define
heat
like
lamp.
the
Well, the
like red like.
red
Like
heat lamps in like above the bar. I
hmm.
was like, why? And I still have lights in the other room. I couldn't quite figure out.
That's
Like
got like a Ron Jeremy vibe right there.
yeah. No,
It's a little
but
crazy.
the people that lived there were very decent people. I just think they were trying to make it, I don't know, but two red heat lamps.
I'm running reports. If this doesn't work, I'll stop because I'm distracted. I
Oh, if
really
you're
you
trying
got me
to,
curious.
well, if you're
It's
trying
taken
to
a
find
while, so there's going
our,
to be some data. The first time I did it, I did 2026 because I didn't adjust the date, so it gave me nothing really. I'm off to a good
I used
start.
to like, I used to like how we could compare how we did with other agents in our office, but they got rid of that feature.
We can't do that anymore.
Nope. I found that out yesterday. I confirmed it because I can't find this anywhere. So I emailed and I was like, where do I find this? I can't find it anymore. They're like, oh, we got rid of that feature. And I'm like, but I really liked it because if I was feeling kind of down and about, I like to look it up and see who I'm in front of.
I, I
It made me
I used
feel
to do that.
better.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone does that. Now this pulled up every company. Fuck that. But I'll find out for you. I used to like that. Yeah, like you got your friends. You would look at the top and be like, first you would look at the top and be like, how do they do it? When you see people doing 500 deals, and it's like, how do you do it?
Mhm.
And then you would
I
look at
oh,
your friends.
I saw numbers today, and I know you know who it is, but I saw the numbers. It showed up, I think, on my Facebook feed. And I was like, am I reading that right? $328 million in gross sales
My God,
for one person,
my calculator
333 sales in a year.
0.02 times 10. That's like $6.5 million in commissions at 2%. My
How is
God.
that even physically possible?
Well, now he's leveraging people. Like he's just doing what he does. Like he's probably just running around getting agreements signed all day. I would imagine.
Yeah,
He's not going to home inspections for 3 hours.
no,
I'll tell
I
you what,
can't
though,
even imagine.
I've been to his listings and he'll do an open house. He's doing open houses. It's like, really? You have time? The
I don't
machine.
know. I don't know how.
You know what else I used to use that tool for? If I was dealing with a co-broke, I would look and be like, "Do you do business?"
So
I
you
used to do
look,
that. Or
okay,
like,
that makes sense. I have actually told, I have a mentee right now, and some of the things she was telling me, like the buyer's agent is sending over like documents, and I'm like, I've never seen this document in my life. It was like an amendment that she was supposed to send over, and she sent something else. I was like, I've never seen that before. I was like, do you know if this is this agent's like first deal?
yeah,
Um, and I told her to ask her, but I should have actually looked it up to see if she had any deals under her, because I know we can look it up on the MLS to see how many they've had, at
you
least in
can.
this state.
I
But
thought you said we can't do that anymore.
no, what we can't do in our office is see where we are in production for the year compared to other people as far as like top.
Oh, on ours, yeah. Oh, but you can sort
So
by office on MLS and do it.
so I get you can sort, you can see how many transactions they've had. I don't know if you can see their actual production. I can't remember, but
Uh, but
you can
the
see
other
actual
thing,
transactions.
like an agent like you will always be underrepresented on MLS because Connecticut's not on there. So
Yep.
somebody
I
could
did
look you
have,
up and see 4 deals in Rhode Island and not know you did 12 in Connecticut.
yeah. Yep. I did have an agent at one point. It was funny because I put in an offer and I put an escalation clause in. And the agent got back to me and he's like, I'm sorry, we're accepting another offer. And they were just too my clients were too concerned about your escalation. And I'm like, do you understand? And this was before, like, he just got back to me after they already accepted the offer. I'm like, do you understand what the escalation clause is? And he's like, not really. And so I tried to explain to him, like, it's like, for
That
those that
irks,
don't know what an,
that irks,
huh?
that irks me so
Yeah,
bad. It's your
yeah,
job to tell your client, and if you can't, you got to call me.
yes, yep. So I was like, just so you know, an escalation clause means that we're offering this base amount, but if anybody else offers anything higher up to X amount, we're gonna pay $3,000 or $5,000 over that amount up to
Yeah.
this. And and he's like, yeah, but it was too confusing for them. And like, but he didn't understand it. He thought it was, he just totally
Well,
didn't even put it in front of his client, total disservice.
if it's too confusing for your client, and we have clients that can't do it. I always think of like my
Mhm.
father in this case. Like my father's not going to sit here and go through the beauty of our forms. He doesn't give a shit. Did you
Mhm.
just do that on the air?
Hmm?
You just did that on the air?
What?
What are you doing?
Take a
Smoke?
sip of my water?
Oh, it looks like you smoked. It did. It really
Smoke?
did.
I
When you
care
watch
about
this
my
back,
health.
you
I
know what
care about my health. This looks like I'm smoking.
it looks like a vape. I'll tell you why. Because when you turn your head, you're out of the focus of the camera and it gets like white behind you. Wait till you see it. Wait till you see what I'm looking at. I'm like, it looked like you took a thing of a vape and then turned it blew out white smoke.
No,
Every
I care about my health. Unlike some
good,
people, I don't smoke.
but it looked just like it. I didn't know. I was like on the air. I mean, crazy. Um, so anyway, with the escalation, if I have a client that really doesn't understand it, I just don't tell her about it, and I say this is what their offer is. So if your offer is 300 and I get one that's an escalation that says $2,000 over up to 310, I'll say we got one for 300 and we got one for 302.
Mhm.
Like you don't have to know how they got there. I'll tell you after, but
Yeah. But
not to
at one
present.
point,
You don't know.
I was,
You don't know it. You're a scumbag.
well, I was trying to be nice to him, and I said, "Can I just ask you a question?" I'm like, are, "Is this your first transaction?" I was trying to like not. be mean about it. Like, but I was trying to like legitimately offer him help. And he's like, actually, yes. He's like, I just got my license and this is my parents' house.
So you cost your own parents thousands. Cost your own parents thousands. You could have jammed them up and wrote a letter to the seller. Hey, listen, I don't understand why you guys didn't take my offer. We offered you this amount. That kid would be screwed. First deal, parents are brave. Parents
Yeah,
are
well,
brave.
everybody's got to learn somewhere. I did not know what I was doing when I first started.
Yeah. But I knew enough to ask for help if there's thousands of dollars on the line. Like I might not have known things. Like I didn't know how to do a
Mhm.
repair addendum. My first home inspection, I was like a fish out of water. But first of all, I can read. Second of all, that's a lot of money. I don't know. It bothers me.
Yeah, we actually had a broker breakdown meeting earlier this week where our broker comes in and talks about, certain things. And one of the things he was doing was let's talk about like what to look forward, in 2026. But it actually came up if your co-broke does not understand specifically, escalation clause
Then
came up as one of those
your
things.
client can present it directly to the seller.
Yep. Yeah. But
Never.
they also talked about um buyer agency agreements and stuff just like if your our broker always says leave your co-broke better than you found them. Oh, and I'm always polite and I always try to help and offer help on my end. And I've been so grateful because I recently just did my first transaction in Massachusetts and the agent that I was working with in Massachusetts sent me over the forms to use and stuff because I have I have access to the Massachusetts MLS, but you only have generic forms that are on there. And in order for you in every freaking state you work in, you have to pay to be like a member of a board on something or other in order to get the specific actual forms that everybody uses. And I'm already paying for it in Rhode Island and Connecticut. So he was very nice to send it over and he was explaining to me how to fill it out. And I was like, I've been doing real estate now since oh gosh, it's been 7 years now, I want to say. And at least on that realtor end of things, but I had never done a Massachusetts deal and it's different.
It's cool to be honest. It's cool to say that to
Yeah.
somebody. Like I'm sure he appreciated that because he wants to put it together. He wants to help get it done. Like I hate when they
Mm-hmm.
hide it or lie
Mm-hmm.
about it. Like no, it's my, whatever. I was on a team. I did 28 deals last year, and like, no, you didn't. Like you don't know your ass from your
The
own dog.
team did.
I'll tell you what though, I see a lot with the new agents because of my role as I have a new title now. Uh, oh shit, it's director of something. I forgot what it is. But um,
You're director of something, but you don't know what it is.
well, it's the mentorship program. I just don't know what the word they're using is. But I see these new agents come in their first 5 deals. You don't realize how much you know until you see someone that knows nothing. Like
Mm-hmm.
some of the stuff, like you just take for granted. Like our relationship disclosure is like the simplest form ever, and they just they're confused by it. Like they want to over, and then you get
Mm-hmm.
you get missed in this. Never mind the sales agreement. Like just so you don't realize how natural it comes when you're just doing it so many times, right? So
Well,
I
what I
just
do remember is filling out my first sales agreement ever. And I was like, it took me an entire day to fill out a sales agreement because I didn't know. And mind you, it is a boilerplate template and there's only certain fields you have to fill in. It took me an entire day because I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
and hopefully that's the value that we provide with the mentor programs. You have a coach and then you have me that can help you through it because that's a lonely feeling, man. My first couple of deals, I was all alone, and it sucks
Mhm.
because you got some. And one of my first clients was like an old lady, and this house was all she had, and I cost that lady I don't know how much money just by not knowing, and
Mhm.
I wish I had some guidance. But you know what I don't like? I like the people that admit it when they know. I hate the ones that lie about their experience or they use their experience. You can be licensed for 40 years and have sold 3 houses. And it irks me when they go to that years in business as they're giving me garbage, as they're not doing the things, that kind of gets me.
Mhm. Yep.
I don't know. What are you doing? What are you doing right? You're
I'm
all fidgety.
moving. I'm sore. I'm gonna turn the opposite way. My once I worked out my lower body yesterday, and when I tell you I got up this morning and I hadn't had like a good workout, like a lower body workout in a while, and I got up this morning and I'm like, I am having trouble moving. But I'm trying to make it so that I can still see. I'm holding my phone and my hand is getting tired.
And you're in your car.
I am
One.
waiting outside of a restaurant I'm going to for lunch for a lunch meeting.
Who's paying? She's the lender. Let her pay.
I don't know. I have my credit card, so it doesn't matter to me.
Oh, here's a
What
good.
else
Oh,
you
we
got
got
for a
some real
joke?
estate pickup lines. We got some pickup lines.
Pick up
Can I? Can I?
realtor pickup
Can I
lines?
try? Can I try and pick you up? You think our spouses will care?
Probably.
Well, you
But
think
I
they'll
want
care
to hear
when
him.
they hear the, hey, trust me, when they hear this line, they're not gonna care that much. Hey girl, are you a mortgage? Because you've got my interest. Boom.
God, that's ridiculous.
Mortgage pickup line right there. Are you a mortgage? You've got my interest.
That's
Wow.
funny. That so we got to put that in the mentorship packet for the young guys over there that are trying. Here's your packet of pickup lines.
Here's your lines. If you're single, follow these. Um, the only problem with being on time for your showings is that no one else is there to appreciate you. It's true. It's true.
Uh,
Uh, one last
I
one.
am
This is all one liners. They're pretty good too. Um, if you ever think no one cares about you in your life, if you ever think no one cares about you, miss a mortgage payment. That is so true.
ah, that's a good
They'll,
one.
yeah. I
That's a
keep a
good
credit
one.
card. Did I ever tell you about my credit card?
I don't think so.
I got a credit card when I was 18, and I signed up for it because they were giving away bobblehead Don Mattingly's at Yankee Stadium. I broke it when I moved to this house. I had it for all those years. But that credit card, because I had it since I was 18 and I'm 46, is the oldest piece of credit I ever had.
Hmm.
I don't have the card. I don't use the card, but every year I got to pay a $19 fee.
Hmm.
And I do it because it's my longest piece of credit and I don't want to drop it. I don't even know what the
That's
limit is. If
funny.
I quote said I want $1 million, they probably give it to me. I never had a balance.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
You
for a
pay
bobblehead.
$20 a year. All right, so on a different subject, and I don't
Yeah.
know, I'm gonna throw it out there. I want to blow up your son on the spot. I want to know what he did that he got kicked out of school.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm going to tell you when it's recording. I think I'll tell you in like person when our cell phones are over there and we're just talking
Okay,
because
that sounds
what he
good.
did would get anybody fired from any job.
Oh,
And the worst part is he didn't know that. Like
aw.
he did something. They were going back and forth, and he did something that he didn't know was bad. So he was surprised that like it was an issue, and then it turned into huge. Like he's out of school today. Got booted yesterday. He's out today. I don't even know if he can go back tomorrow.
That's awful. Poor kid. Is
Yeah,
this the older one or the younger one?
I
You
feel
said
bad.
which one?
The older one.
Yeah.
I feel
That's the thing is sometimes you don't know. I look at the perspective that comes from kids at different ages, right? And I've got a 16-year-old and we're talking about stuff and sometimes I'm talking to him and I'm like, but I was trying to think of what it was recently and he just did not understand what I was trying to say because his head sees what's right in front of him and he doesn't see everything else surrounding.
bad.
Like, I'm like, listen to me. I'm like, I have like, what do I have, 30 something years of experience on him. I'm like,
Yeah,
just freaking listen to me, kid.
just listen.
You know?
Now this, I'm taking a lot of the responsibility for this because I never wanted him to have a cell phone ever. And I always said it, and I always said it, and he didn't get a cell phone, but he got an iPad, which
Hmm.
allows you to text. So this all happens in the old group text when mom and dad are cooking supper and little brother's coloring, and you're on the group text, and you guys act like idiots. I should have
Hmm.
never got on that damn thing. Oh well.
I'm hearing about it all the time from my husband now, right? Because um I broke down and got my son got his phone in seventh grade. My daughter got hers in sixth grade.
Mhm.
So they are on their devices all the time. And my husband hates it so much. He's like, listen, he's like, we used to have a time limit where it was supposed to be that they were on their devices for an hour, no more. I'm like, but you don't understand. I'm like, they're playing with their friends since COVID. Our generation, especially, we don't live in a neighborhood. We live in the middle of the woods. So
Right.
my kids are not going to just go hang out with their friends down the street because one, we have no sidewalks, no street lights, no like I have to physically drive them to their friends' houses, you know? So they are on their phones because they're sitting there playing Roblox. So they're in a world, a simulated world, Roblox, Minecraft. They're playing with their
Even
friends.
like if you ask him what he's doing, will he tell you who he's playing with? Because I'll say, Tommy, what are you doing in there? He'll be like, playing with Max. I'm with Max and I'm with Max and Bob and Jim. Because that's where they are.
Mm-hmm.
But the texting's bad. I don't like the texting.
Well, you got to make sure they don't get Snapchat because that's what they do is Snapchat and Snapchat disappears so you can't see what they're saying. I'm not good at setting up restrictions on the kids' phones. Um, I I will say my daughter tells me more than my son, and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't find out about stuff that my son was involved in or had done until like months after the
Anything
fact.
good?
So, very bad things, but not bad, like just things that I should have known about, but I just assumed that he was fine and that I didn't need to do any parental restrictions on his phone or whatnot. And then, you know,
That's the thing. If the kid's a good student, he behaves at home, he behaves at school. You just assume he's checking all the boxes.
yeah.
So Tommy's
Yep.
never got in trouble in school, never got a B, always a C
Hmm.
at home. Perfect. And then to find out
Yep.
he like talks like this on text, like, wait a minute, you don't talk like that. We don't talk like
Oh,
that.
kids are kids are something. And the thing is like and you got to be cautious because oh boy, the kids, let's just say kids in general now are not the same kids that we grew up as. So when you think that your kid is innocent and everything is hunky dory, you start finding out, like I've been told by my son, like he's opened it up to me now and stuff. He's like, "Oh, yeah, there's a girl in my school that has had 4 abortions and she's my age.
What?
She lost her virginity at 12." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like,
Where's her father? Jesus Christ.
I,
Horrible.
some of the things, and he won't tell me most. It won't tell me stuff like he protect. They're on this big thing that they protect their friends. They won't say stuff, but I'm just like some of the things he'll tell me about his friends, and he's like, "Oh yeah, and can I go hang out over here?" I'm like, "No,
What? Nope.
no."
We got, I can kind of see like who's going in what direction in the friend group. Like I can tell who's gonna be smoking weed in a couple of years. Like it's obvious. And he likes those kids that they have a good time. They're outdoor kids, which I like. They play sports, they ride bikes. Like they're not like so sometimes they'll say, can I go over there? And it's like part of me doesn't want you to get too close, but part of me also knows you're gonna go over there and play baseball for 3 hours, and that's freaking awesome. You know,
Mhm.
it's tough.
Yeah.
Parenting's tough.
When my son switched schools for a month, we had switched to a different school system altogether at the
Okay.
beginning of the year, intending for him to stay there for the year or for the rest of his high school career.
Yeah.
He had trouble finding anybody that he's like, everyone I met, there's not one person that wasn't smoking or vaping or doing some kind of drugs. And we talked to another girl that I know from the school, and she's like, he needs to be in the honors classes because the honors kids are not like that. The kids in the classes that he's in, that's what's happening is he was in
Gen
like
Pop.
a what?
He's in like Gen Pop, like the regular population.
Yeah. Yeah, and in that general population, or at least the classes he was in, were people that were also in the career and technical school, which they were not necessarily aiming for college. They're like, we're going to be in these programs because we're not going to college after. We're learning our trades and whatever now. And they didn't want to be in school. So the classes that they were in, the general science, social studies, all that stuff, they were like, screw this. They didn't participate. Like, he's like, this is stupid. He's like, I'm wasting my time in the class. Now, this is my son that does not. put much effort into his schoolwork. He's smart. He just doesn't want to do work. He's lazy. But he was struggling in that school. He made friends, but he didn't feel comfortable. And then now he's back in a school that um you genuinely have a lot of great kids. They mix the honors kids with the regular kids, but it just elevates the classes, I guess. And the culture is that the kids seem to care more and are more respectful than the school he was at for that month.
When we had that, no problems. Even when I was in school, for the kids that weren't going to go to college, we called it business classes, but really it was, those are the kids that knew how to they were using tools and shit.
Yeah.
And right. But when you would go to their math, I took an accounting class. Like I had an elective and I wanted to be with my boys. It would be stuff like 5 words on the board on Monday and then test on Friday. And the teacher, Mr. Bailey, God rest his soul, would read the paper the whole class. Like he would just straight up read the paper. It was in the basement. Like there was 5 words and it'd be like, that's what we're doing? Like I just came out of physics. Like what the fuck are we doing here? Oh man. It was
This is a blow off
crazy.
class.
All
All right. So
the people where they can find us. I don't even know anymore.
I have a couple updates. So I told you we spent some time talking about my social media saga last week. So what I finally managed to do, just so you guys know, because I know I've been saying forever that I was gonna fix the Apple podcast thing because I thought we were on there and we weren't. So here's what it took for me to get things fixed on that is that I tried to log in with my Apple ID. Password's not working. I don't own an iDevice or an Apple device. My daughter's iPad and my husband's iPhone are the only things in the house that are Apple. So in order for me to try to get into my ID, I had to try to go into their iPad. Like I couldn't get in. So I had to create a new one. So we have a new, specifically just for the podcast, Apple ID that I created this morning. It took me probably about an hour to get things
Do I
up
have
and
to know
running.
this? Should I be writing right
No,
now?
no. But we should. I submitted our stuff to Apple, so we should be on Apple Podcasts as long as it approves it and doesn't reject me. So that should be there now. I created another Instagram page. I think this is the fourth one I've created. It is now the Legit Real Estate Podcast 2026. So at the Legit Real Estate Podcast 2026. I created it today. We'll see if it still lasts and stays there by tomorrow because it keeps getting deleted. I'm not posting anything until I know it's there. We are on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube. So, and everywhere you listen to your podcast, wherever you prefer, if it's not there, please let me know. Our email address is thelegitrealestatepodcast@gmail.com. We want more people to come on the show. We want you to send us your stories. I'll be doing another listener stories sometime soon. So please send them in. We want to collect some so that we can share them. And we'll have some new guests coming on soon too. I did recently just talk to a couple other investors that I want to get on. So yeah, stay
I love when
tuned.
we have guests.
Please. You want to what?
I love when we have guests. I do.
I do too. It's so cool to hear the interesting stories. I was talking to an investor this morning and she was telling me I hadn't caught up with her in a while and she was telling me all these things and I'm like, we really need to have you on the show. Like you've been through it and these are you hearing from real people with real challenges and things that they've overcome is I find it helpful. I find it entertaining. That's why we do this. We want to hear the real stuff. So I think but here's an important thing. If you can look for us on YouTube and on Spotify or Amazon Music or Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast, please like and subscribe because that's gonna get us out there a little bit more. And we're really trying to grow the channel this year.
Yes, we are. I'm gonna go do that right now because I probably didn't.
Probably not.
It's special, man. Holly, have a
Well,
great week. Will I see you
you
tomorrow?
too.
What do we have tomorrow? Will I see you tomorrow? No,
I don't know. I
no.
have no clue.
Maybe I will.
I don't. I have to
Uh,
look at my calendar and I can't.
all right. Enjoy your lunch.
Great.
Adios.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.